Hey guys, and welcome to another one of my Gosei Sentai Dairanger episode commentary and reviews. This time it's episode 19, The Heart-Throbbing Pretty Girl. And remember, if you do enjoy what you see, and I get your heart throbbing, please remember to leave a like, drop a comment, and maybe even subscribe. It just means a lot on a small channel like this. Anyway, let's get into the episode. The episode opens with Akumaru in a hand-drawn cart as he's confronted by his father Shadam, as Akumaru says he will envelop Kiba Ranger's heart in hatred and draw him into the Gorma before riding away. The following morning, Rin is trying to wake Kou, though when she climbs up to wake him, he upskirts her and says she's wearing old lady panties today, before leaving on his skateboard. Arriving to school late, he sneaks into class to see a new girl, as another kid pulls his chair away as he sits down. After school, Shoji and Kazu are waiting for Kou, calling to him, but he simply throws them his bag and rides off. Skating into a park, he's confronted by Akumaru and the remaining priestesses, who attack him to try to force him to henshin, as he's warned not to by Byaku. However, Shoji and Kazu have caught up as they transform and fight the Copperchos and Gorma. As Kou uses the distraction to escape, Byaku tells Kou to leave him, and planting him in the ground, Kou runs, quickly being caught by the Gorma, but a distraction caused by Byaku allows him to escape again and transform, reclaiming his sword. Leaping in, he attacks Akumaru, but the strike is blocked by Lady Necklace, who knocks him away. But as he sits there, he remembers he's late, running from the Gorma, who disappear. The other rangers join Shoji and Kazu as they realise Kou is nowhere to be seen. Kou runs up to meet Kasumi outside a carnival as the pair begin to bond over transferring schools before she takes his hand as they go in. As they rest with drinks, she asks Kou about his mum, as he says he doesn't have one, but she will come back someday, as he remembers her branding him with a tiger mark. Holding hands, Kou walks Kasumi home, where she sees her mum leaving, and as she tells her about making friends with Kou, her mum smacks her hand away and to go buy something for dinner before leaving. Later, the rangers reprimand a sullen Kou on disappearing on them earlier, as he apologises and goes inside. At the park, Kou sits next to Shoji as they talk about mothers. The next day, Kou goes to Kasumi's house to hear her pleading with her mum, who refuses to visit her teacher before pinching her arm. At the lake, Kasumi tells Kou her mum has grown more cruel since the divorce, as Shoji watches Kou from a distance, as the two kids argue before Kasumi is abducted by Necklace Priestess. Shoji rushes in, but is captured by a golden band, as Kou rushes after the Gorma holding his friends. Seeing her mum playing tennis, he rushes in, telling her her daughter has been kidnapped, but she doesn't care, much to the shock and horror of Kou. Back at the park, Shoji is being thrown around by Lady Ring as the other Dairangers arrive, freeing him before he transforms. The Rangers attack, but are outmatched until Shoji lands a hit on the Gorma before they fight one-on-one, until Lady Ring turns and walks away, before turning round and blasting Shoji, who quickly pulls his diebuster, returning fire, before rushing in, landing blow after blow as he's joined by the other Rangers as Lady Ring vanishes. And Shoji remembers that Kou chased after the other Gorma. As Kou stands by the water with his fist clenched, Akumaru looks on, telling him to suffer and become a Gorma, as the other Rangers search for him, and the episode ends. Okay, so we're continuing the Three Priestesses arc, which I like to call it, because as long as they're in it, it's one long contained thing. It could even be like the Kiba Ranger arc, birth arc, but I don't know, it seems to be the Three Priestesses that hold these episodes together. So I want to start off with a bit that confuses me. And it confuses me for a couple of reasons, actually. First off, Kazu and Shoji go to meet Kou after school, in a two-seater car. So they've gone to meet him, but obviously they're not planning on giving him a lift anywhere. But then they're also talking about spending the day with him. However, I think it's Koji, in the translation of the episode that I'm watching, in the subtitles, he goes, "Oh, it's not how I wanted to spend my Saturday." But I've done Googling. I've done proper research here. I've Googled. Well, I asked my Echo Dot. And, yeah, Japanese kids go to school Monday to Friday. They don't go to school on a Saturday. They're like everyone else. So that's kind of weird. Like I say, it could be like just a dodgy translation, but yeah. I did enjoy the whole like Akumaru chasing after Kou, and he leaves Byaku Shinken down, goes off, and just as they grab Kou, Byaku Shinken starts shouting, so they go off to the voice of Kiba Ranger, before Kou then henshins into Kiba Ranger, grabs Byaku Shinken and starts fighting them, which I like, and then he runs off for his date, which, really, he's 10. And of course, Kasumi's mum is, just, yeah, not a very nice person at all. She doesn't care about her daughter. I mean, it's the story. It's a little bit over the top, I think, but hey, it's what it is. Shoji following and watching over Kou while he's on a date with Kasumi. I don't know how to put it, but at the same time, you know, I mean, he reassures like Kou, like over his mum, you know, which is a nice thing for him to do. But watching over the dates, that's. But then again, there seems to be a running theme. Whenever any of the Dairangers go on a date, at least one or more of the other Dairangers stalk them. It really seems to be a thing. And of course, you know, I mentioned in the comments of, I think one of the Go Juju videos, because they were saying, oh yeah, like when Haruo was like with the woman that like he thought had died in the No One world, turned out she did. Spoiler alert, sorry. You know, the other Dairangers were there watching, and I said, I'm pretty sure that's like a Sentai trope, because I've seen it several times already in Dairanger. But I swear I've seen it in other Sentai as well. It just seems to be a thing that if a Sentai member is on a date, other Sentai are going to stalk them. As for Power Rangers, zip. Nothing. Nada. Not a thing. They didn't use any. So, a bit like some of the Three Stooges stuff that we're going to be getting. You know, they used the character. You know, they had the costume for Tombstone. I think it was Chief Tombstone. But they never used any of the episode footage with the Three Stooges. And yeah, they've used nothing from this one. But hey, next time, it's the first opening of the Gorma Palace. I'll see you then.